Geometry review day 1. Unfortunately, I can't find my handy dandy pen, so you're going to be having to deal with me using my finger to draw on the board. So, just to let you know, it's not as easy being green. That's what Kermit the Frog says. So just a little bit of review. I'm not going to do all the questions, but you should do the rest of the questions that I don't do. You can check your notes in class. So first thing, I'm looking at this, when I have parallel lines. Now a little review of when you have parallel lines, like this line right here with this line, and this was cut by the transversal. These two are vertical, those will be congruent. These two are alternate interior, those will be congruent. These two are corresponding, will be congruent. Same thing if these two are my parallel lines and cut by my transversal. Remember, when you are dealing with two parallel lines, we're really only dealing with two numbers. So first, I'm going to figure out what this one is. This one would be 105. And this one would also be 105 because of the fact that those are vertical, or you could say alternate interior. Then, same side interior, so these two angles right here are on the inside of my two parallel lines. They're on the same side of one of my lines, so they are equal to 180 together. So this would be 75. This one would be 75. This one would also be 75. Because of the fact, nope, sorry, that was wrong. That one's not 75. This one's also 75. Because those are alternate interior. And then this one will be 105. Because again, these two angles should equal 180. So, if you want to fill in the missing numbers that we have that I just filled in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that'd be great. So what if I was trying to find y? Well, one of the things that you can always do would highlight your parallel lines, like so. I would highlight one transversal. So I'm looking at this. This transversal is one I'm going to pick, and the reason why I'm picking that one is because this angle is given here. Now what I notice with these two blue, this angle and this angle, they're same side interior angles. So that means that 40 plus y, that whole angle, plus 80 will be equal to 180 because they're supplementary. So I could do 180 minus 80 minus 40, y would be equal to 60. When I'm looking for, or this is trapezoid, but again, if I highlight the parallel lines, so this parallel line, you can always extend parallel lines in this parallel line. One of the transversal, same thing here. These two are same side interior. So 3y plus y plus 20 will be equal to 180. So I have 4y equals 160, y would be equal to 40. Now I could also use this transversal. It's not going to give you the same thing, so I can do the same thing for this one. You should do that x by yourself. In case if you didn't remember, triangle sum theorem, meaning all the angles in a triangle equal 180. The other stuff you have to remember about a triangle, like so. So if all the angles equal 180, that means 59 plus 43 plus x equals 180. So x, whoopsies, x will be equal to 78. So how am I going to figure out everything else? Well, another thing is, here's a straight line. Whenever you have a straight line, if I know this angle here is 78, a straight angle or a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So you could take 180 and minus 78, and now I get that y is equal to 102. So whenever you're looking at pictures, you should always look for triangles. Here's another triangle, and I know the other two. I know y is equal to 102, so I can do 180 minus 102, and then minus the 49, and now I get that z is equal to 29. We also have the exterior angle theorem, meaning that if you have one triangle and you have two angles that are not on the exterior angle, so angle 1 is my exterior angle. If that is true, that means that 80 plus 18 will be equal to my exterior angle, which would be 98. So angle 1 would be equal to 98. That's that exterior angle theorem right here. So the two angles that are not touching the exterior angle will be, the sum of those would be equal. I want you to do 2 by yourself. Finding some more sums. So if we're talking about any type of polygon. So this is where you're going to have to remember what the heptagon is. So this equation, I would highlight this equation because you're going to have to know that one. It's your number of sides minus 2 times 180. So my total sum in a heptagon. So first I have to know number of sides in a heptagon is 7. Hep is 7. So we do 7 minus 2. I want to make sure to put that in parentheses. Times 180. Oh, sorry, I could sneeze at any given moment. My answer here would be 900 degrees. So for the last one, I'm going to do B. You can do B by yourself. If the interior measure is 144, how many sides does it have? So using that same equation, so n minus 2 times 180 is equal to 144. There's two ways you could do this. You could distribute the 180. I'm going to divide that out first, actually. So if I divide by 180, I get that n minus 2 is equal to 8. And now I just have to add 2, so it would be equal to 10. So what if I give you a shape, like today, and I'm asking for what is angle Y? So first I have to do, so with triangles it's easy because I know that all the angles in a triangle equal 180. Sometimes people are good at memorizing all the angles in a quadrilateral all equal to 360. However, in this case I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. I want to figure out my total interior sum first, so that's using that equation that we just went over. So my total interior sum is 540. And now this is just taking 540 and subtract each one of these angles until you get to Y. If you do 540 minus 110, 90, 120, 150, you get that Y, whoopsie daisy, is equal to 70 degrees. So again, I want you to do that one. So what if we're asking in a regular polygon? So a regular polygon means that all the sides and all the angles are congruent. So what if we're talking about, we just want to know one angle? So again, here's that same equation. If you notice, the only difference is it's divided by how many sides you have. So what is the measure of each interior angle? Saying one angle. So first I have to figure out my total degrees. So a hexagon has 6 sides, so I would do 6 minus 2 times that by 180, and that would give me my total measure, so 720. Now it's saying all 6 of your angles are congruent. So if I divide that by 6, I would get that each angle is 120 degrees. So you're going to do B by yourself. C is a little bit more tricky. So it's saying your exterior angle of a polygon. So exterior angle, if I actually just jump ahead to this picture quick, would be an angle created on the outside. So this would be the interior angle, this is the exterior angle. So I could figure out the interior angle by doing 180 because a straight angle is equal to 180 minus 18. So I know that all my angles in this regular polygon that I don't know what it is yet is 162. So I can set up that equation. This degree is equal to n minus 2 times 180 over n. I'm going to multiply my n over right away just to save room. So what we have to do is distribute your 180. And I'm going to actually zoom in so I can get more room here. So I have 180n minus 360 is equal to 162n. So I do 180 minus 162. I get 18n. And I'm going to set that equal to, I'm going to add over my 360 and then divide by 18. Whoops. 360 divided by 18. And I would get n is equal to 20. So that already has my number of sides in it. So for that one, number of sides would be 20. So when I talk about exterior angles, if you want to highlight this right here, no matter what the exterior measure of each polygon, the total sum is going to be 360. You have to be careful when you're talking about exterior angles because when we're drawing the angles, it has to go in the same format. See, all of these lines are pointing to the right when I'm drawing them. If for some reason I drew it this way, then all of the lines would have to draw the opposite way. So if it's talking about a regular octagon, total is 360, octagon is 8. So I do 360 divided by 8, and I get my answer would be 45. I think you can do the other two by yourself. Thank you, and have a great, grand, wonderful time of day wherever you're living your life right now.